Complete Works of Swami Vivekananda. Volume 5. Notes from Lectures and Discourses. On Bhakti Yoga.a. The dualist thinks you cannot be moral unless you have a god with a rod in his hand, ready to punish you. How is that? Suppose a horse had to give us a lecture on morality, one of those very wretched cab horses who move only with the whip, to which he has become accustomed. He begins to speak about human beings and says that they must be very immoral. Why? Because I know they are not whipped regularly. The fear of the whip only makes one more immoral. You all say there is a God and that he is an omnipresent being. Close your eyes and think what he is. What do you find? Either you are thinking, in bringing the idea of omnipresence in your mind, of the sea, or the blue sky, or an expanse of meadow, or such things as you have seen in your life. If that is so, you do not mean anything by omnipresent God. It has no meaning at all to you. So with every other attribute of God. What idea have we of omnipotence or omniscience? We have none. Religion is realizing, and I shall call you a worshipper of God when you have become able to realize the idea. Before that it is the spelling of words and no more. It is this power of realization that makes religion. No amount of doctrines or philosophies, or ethical books, that you may have stuffed into your brain, will matter much. Only what you are and what you have realized. The personal God is the same absolute looked at through the haze of Maya. When we approach him with the five senses, we can see him only as the personal God. The idea is that the self cannot be objectified. How can the knower know itself? But it can cast a shadow, as it were, if that can be called objectification. So the highest form of that shadow, that attempt at objectifying itself, is the personal God. The self is the eternal subject, and we are struggling all the time to objectify that self. And out of that struggle has come this phenomenal universe and what we call matter, and so on. But these are very weak attempts, and the highest objectification of the self possible to us is the personal God. This objectification is an attempt to reveal our own nature. According to the Sankhya, nature is showing all these experiences to the soul, and when it has got real experience it will know its own nature. According to the Advaita Vedantist, the soul is struggling to reveal itself. After long struggle, it finds that the subject must always remain the subject. And then begins non-attachment, and it becomes free. When a man has reached that perfect state, he is of the same nature as the personal God. I and my Father are one. He knows that he is one with Brahman, the Absolute, and projects himself as the personal God does. He plays, as even the mightiest of kings may sometimes play with dolls. Some imaginations help to break the bondage of the rest. The whole universe is imagination, but one set of imaginations will cure another set. Those that tell us that there is sin and sorrow and death in the world are terrible. But the other set. Thou art holy, there is God, there is no pain. These are good, and help to break the bondage of the others. The highest imagination that can break all the links of the chain is that of the personal God. To go and say, Lord, take care of this thing and give me that. Lord, I give you my little prayer and you give me this thing of daily necessity. Lord, cure my headache, and all that. These are not bhakti. They are the lowest states of religion. They are the lowest form of karma. If a man uses all his mental energy in seeking to satisfy his body and its wants, show me the difference between him and an animal. Bhakti is a higher thing, higher than even desiring heaven. The idea of heaven is of a place of intensified enjoyment. How can that be God? Only the fools rush after sense enjoyments. It is easy to live in the senses. It is easier to run in the old groove, eating and drinking. But what these modern philosophers want to tell you is to take these comfortable ideas and put the stamp of religion on them. Such a doctrine is dangerous. Death lies in the senses. Life on the plane of the spirit is the only life. Life on any other plane is mere death. The whole of this life can be only described as a gymnasium. We must go beyond it to enjoy real life. As long as touch-me-not-ism is your creed and the kitchen pot your deity, you cannot rise spiritually. All the petty differences between religion and religion are mere word struggles, nonsense. Everyone thinks, this is my original idea, and wants to have things his own way. That is how struggles come. In criticizing another, we always foolishly take one especially brilliant point as the whole of our life and compare that with the dark ones in the life of another. Thus we make mistakes in judging individuals. Through fanaticism and bigotry a religion can be propagated very quickly, no doubt, but the preaching of that religion is firm based on solid ground, which gives everyone liberty to his opinions and thus uplifts him to a higher path. Though this process is slow. First deluge the land, India, with spiritual ideas, then other ideas will follow. The gift of spirituality and spiritual knowledge is the highest, for it saves from many and many a birth. The next gift is secular knowledge, as it opens the eyes of human beings towards that spiritual knowledge. The next is the saving of life. And the fourth is the gift of food. Even if the body goes in practicing Sâdhanâs, austerities for realization, let it go. What of that? Realization will come in the fullness of time, by living constantly in the company of Sâdhus, holy men. A time comes when one understands that to serve a man even by preparing a Chilam, earthen pipe, of tobacco is far greater than millions of meditations. He who can properly prepare a Chilam of tobacco can also properly meditate. Gods are nothing but highly developed dead men. We can get help from them. Anyone and everyone cannot be an Acharya, teacher of mankind. But many may become mukta, liberated. The whole world seems like a dream to the liberated, but the Acharya has to take up his stand between the two states. He must have the knowledge that the world is true, or else why should he teach? Again, if he has not realized the world as a dream, then he is no better than an ordinary man, and what could he teach? The Guru has to bear the disciples' burden of sin. And that is the reason why diseases and other ailments appear even in the bodies of powerful Acharyas. But if he be imperfect, they attack his mind also, and he falls. So it is a difficult thing to be an Acharya. It is easier to become a Jivan Mukta, free in this very life, than to be an Acharya. For the former knows the world as a dream and has no concern with it. But an Acharya knows it as a dream and yet has to remain in it and work. It is not possible for everyone to be an Acharya. He is an Acharya through whom the divine power acts. The body in which one becomes an Acharya is very different from that of any other man. There is a science for keeping that body in a perfect state. His is the most delicate organism, very susceptible, capable of feeling intense joy and intense suffering. He is abnormal. In every sphere of life we find that it is the person within that triumphs. And that personality is the secret of all success. Nowhere is seen such sublime unfoldment of feeling as in Bhagavan Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the prophet of Nadia. Sri Ramakrishna is a force. You should not think that his doctrine is this or that. But he is a power, living even now in his disciples and working in the world. I saw him growing in his ideas. He is still growing. Sri Ramakrishna was both a Jivan Mukta and an Acharya. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe and